Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. Well, as usual, we have the real working royals, and then we have Harry and Meghan. So we have a lot to cover, as is usual, so let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. Now, I have to let you know that today, which you'll be watching this Tuesday morning, I am appearing on Popcorn Planet. Yes, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, United States, which would be what? 3:30 in the UK, I think. And then at 11:30, the other half of the interview is going to be on Popcorn Palace at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, United States. I hope you guys will tune in. All right, you guys, let's get back to our royal news. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Duke of Gloucester, who went to Mandingley, I hope I'm saying that correctly, Hall and Gardens on the 19th of July, and he was there to mark the 100th anniversary of the University of Cambridge International Summer Program, as well as the 150th anniversary of the Institute of Continuing Education. Looking good. Moving on to King Charles, he's been quite busy. Recently, Charles went with the Queen to the Infantry Battle School, where he got to meet Sergeant Wade. Nice photo. Next up, King Charles approved a new medal. It's called the Humanitarian Medal, and it's for those who helped during humanitarian crisis. This is one of the first new awards that was approved by King Charles, and I think it's nice. Now, to get one of these medals, you have to be in a public service organization or a charity who offers help in a catastrophe. That also includes, by the way, healthcare workers, police, charity workers, emergency services, military personnel, etc., etc. Very nice. It's being reported that King Charles personally approved the design. There's laurel wreaths, which symbolize victory in a crisis, etc. Very nice. Now, King Charles went to Lincolnshire. He had multiple places to go. So the first place he went was the Lincolnshire Poacher Cheese Farm. Oh my God, I would have sampled everything there. Oh God, do I love cheese. The farm has been there and family run since 1918. It's now in its fourth generation. They produce all the milk that they use to make the cheese. King Charles got to watch the cheese milling process from a window. Then he met members of staff who have been working there. And in the store where the cheese is housed, the king met a robot, believe it or not, that's been named Florence the Machine, who turns the cheese between the aisles. How cool is that? Oh my God, just the smell in there. My mouth would have been like watering. Oh. Now, when he was done there, he headed to the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, where he met up with World War II veterans in commemoration of the 80th anniversary of Operation Chastise, I think is how you say it. There is a formal ceremony that was held at the Royal Air Force in 1957. The initial completement of aircraft, there were 3 aircrafts. And in 1969, it was renamed the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight and was established as a fully funded unit. How cool is that? Now, Charles was there to mark the 80th anniversary of the Dam Busters raid. And then he took the picture that you saw earlier with like all of those people. I just think that's wonderful. Now, while this was going on, Queen Camilla headed out to visit a sanctuary in Norfolk. It was raining, but she went to Red Wings Horse Sanctuary. Apparently, there were a lot of people there to greet her. She looked very nice. I loved the dress. She made a fuss over 2 horses, and then these were the ones outside, and then they had a cake in the shape of a horse's head. The horses' names are Moses and Dansack. How cute is that? Now, This horse sanctuary is in a house called the Anna Sewell House, which is where Anna Sewell was born. She's the woman who wrote the book Black Beauty. Now, this charity has been the custodian of the house since 2022, and they're hoping to show Miss Sewell's legacy, with books and animal welfare. And this group apparently has cared for 1,500 rescue horses, ponies, donkeys, and mules. How cool is that? So once again, she put animals and literature together, two of her, biggest passions. And I think she did really well. I love, again, the outfit. And there were lots of crowds, lots of people to see her. Everybody's always happy to see her. All right, when she got done there, she went to the next stop. So the Queen, when she left there, went to tour the headquarters of British designer Monica Vinader. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is a jewelry store that's gone global. They now have stores in Singapore, US, China, big online sales, according to the article. The jeweler has partnered with the world's first net zero jewelry manufacturer, according to the article as well. The jewelry comes from 100% recycled gold and silver and offers a jewelry recycling program. She got to walk through it. She was very happy to see all the jewelry. She said her granddaughters were going to be super jealous that she got to go there. This staff is almost entirely female. Camilla apparently looked over pearls, which were rejects from the gem industry because their sizes were irregular. And so she's looking to incorporate them into other designs. Yeah, I bet. And of course, before she left, she got to watch a model, have her picture taken with the jewelry on. And she also gave the designer a glass bowl because she won an Enterprise Award. There you go. And also, of course, she unveiled a plaque, which they do at every stop, I think. I think it was nicely done. Thank you to Remoulade Sauce for the information on everything she was wearing. I thought Camilla looked lovely today. So far, so good, as far as I can tell. All right, moving on. I get really upset when I see articles like this one. They're like, Kate's going to have serious blowback because so far this year, she's done 45 solo engagements and 40 joint ones. So she's done 85 this year so far. We're only in July. Whereas Meghan Markle did 72 in 2.5 years. What? Is that serious? All right, next up, apparently Catherine and William were warned to keep George away from Prince Harry by Harry's previous biographer. That would be Angela Levin. Now, apparently in the book Spare, Harry wrote, and I'm quoting, "Out of their 3 children, one's going to end up like me, the spare. And that hurts me. And that worries me." I mean, are you serious? Catherine and William are like the best parents ever. And if they want to protect George, they'll keep him away from Harry. Drug using, altered mental status Harry. Apparently, the only person in the family who's even in touch with him at this point is his father. The rest of the family has cut him off, which, by the way, is why they can't really keep attacking the family anymore, because since nobody's in contact with them, they don't know what's going on. All right, this other article caught my attention. It's saying that Meghan is running out of steam. And the reason they're saying that is because the Spotify deal collapsed. And if the deal was working for both sides, it would not have ended. So obviously there's disagreements, disappointment. And, this comment they put out that it was a joint stating that they've mutually agreed to part ways. We already know that's a lie. They were fired. My goodness, I don't think she's ever going to run out of steam. I think she's going to keep going and keep going and keep going. Yep. All right, this article I absolutely can believe. Apparently, a U.S. Navy veteran who is a neighbor apparently tried to give a gift to Harry and Meghan when they moved in. And he lives in the guest house of his property while he rents out the main house. So he goes over there, and the gate guy was quite rude, turned him away, wouldn't take the film, said they're not interested, they're not being neighborly. Well, of course they didn't take it. It wasn't worth anything. See, you got to remember, the bike store people went over there, and they had like a $5,000 bicycle to give Archie. That's why they took it. You just had some film. That's why they didn't take it. I have no problems believing that. Crazy. Oh my goodness. All right, moving on. They're coming out now saying that Prince Harry's trip to Africa is going to put strain on the marriage. Well, let me tell you, this marriage is already strained. He needs to go and clear his head. I think a few months away from Meghan might give him a chance to come to his senses. You guys know what I'm saying? I mean, we know he's not the smartest tool in the shed, but you know. Well, all right. Now, next up, do you guys remember that I told you that they put this up on the Archwell website and they were talking about fathers and equality and all this kind of stuff? And remember, I even said, how hypocritical is it that they're talking about parents and fathers when they treat their own like crap? And no sooner have I said that than boom, it's out in the news. The whole world can see their hypocrisy, but for some reason, these two can't see it. Neither one of them speaks to their parent, their father that's still alive. Harry said during his Netflix show, "It's my fault Meghan lost her father." Meghan didn't lose her father. He's still alive and well. You guys just don't have anything to do with him or Charles. Angela Levin came out and said even the two of them are praising the roles of fathers, but they've forgotten their own fathers. I mean, oh, the level of blindness and hypocrisy, unbelievable. And the Royal News Network said that the two of them just don't see the irony in supporting a report on fatherhood when neither one of them speak to their own fathers. Yep, moving on. Now, next up, remember, we heard that Harry and Meghan had been banned from, the private members club because they kept bringing the paparazzi there, and they had very strict rules about privacy and not releasing information. They could have used the back door, but they didn't. Remember, we discussed this already. Well, now somebody close to the couple is speaking out saying they weren't banned. So here's my thought on that. Harry and Meghan are not going to say they were or were not, and the club, due to privacy concerns, also is not going to confirm or deny. So Harry and Meghan have their friends going out going, "It's not true, it's not true." Unless the club says it's not true, I totally believe it. I believe it. People there really value their privacy, and the two of them are just killing it, like seriously. Next up, this story came out saying that Meghan was staying in a hotel suite close to the talent agency in Los Angeles. I totally believe that. That, lines up with the whole we're going shopping for a house there because she wants to be a power player in Hollywood. And so in order to do that, she has to be in that specific area. Okay. So as a result, that's where she's staying. If she wants to catch a meeting with them, she has to have that suite on tap. So that's what that's all about. I'm just saying. They're going to have to work really hard to rescue their brand. They have huge overhead, security, and all this stuff. They need huge paydays in order to maintain their current lifestyle. The reason I think they're shopping is because they're being forced to downsize. They can't afford that huge house anymore. Well, that's just my personal opinion. All right, moving on. Harry's memoir is going down the drain, and they're saying that people are realizing that it was nothing but sensationalist hype. So after they start reading it, they basically just leave it in the hotel, leave it behind. They're not even interested in bringing the book back. There's books still for sale with the 50% sticker on them. And, for a while there, if you ordered one copy, they were giving out two just to get rid of them. But now people realize it was an empty book and it was a whinge fest and they're not interested. Yep. They're saying that the book, and I'm reading right from the article, the book has very little consequence. Nobody's going to be remembering the book 100 years from now as some sort of grand piece of nonfiction. At the end of the day, it's just his account, and there's always three sides to each story. His side, the other side, and then the truth. All right, you guys, I know this is a shorter than usual video, but there's so much going on today. So I hope you'll join us on Popcorn Planet at 10:30 and then at Popcorn Palace at 11:30. Don't forget to leave those comments. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell. Don't forget to go into the description box, get the links to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email. For those of you who want to send something, there's a physical address. If you've donated to my coffee fund or through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.